Hey everyone, welcome to Pretty Smart. I'm Ty. We got Sydney tonight and we got Cecilia, aka Tatted Barbie. Tonight we are going to be talking about when the bad beat era. I feel like, okay, maybe I should say the actual word, bad bitch era. I don't know, I feel like I should censor myself a little bit. But when's it good, when's it bad, the pros, cons, your definition of it. We are definitely going to get to the nitty gritty. I do want to start because I feel like with the whole bad bitch era, it's like one of those bad bitch is like one of those words where it was like started out as like one of those derogatory remarks of like, bringing women down. And just like how the N word was, we turned it into something positive to influencing everyone, encourage all the black women. Well, I wouldn't say black, just women in general. And so I feel like it has its pros and its cons because of the fact that it was something that was originally something that to bring women down, but now it's like okay, we're saying it to encourage each other. So bad B era, again, it could be good and bad. It just depends on who you are and why you use it. What you think, Seed? Oh, I can't hear you, girl.
I don't know why. Okay.
There we go.
I said honestly, I watched something today. It was like a poetry thing, and it was about bitch and that, and over the years how it's been used. But then like now we use it in so many different contexts to like greet each other and to say hi to each other or to uplift each other. Um, anyway, I think it can be good or bad too. I think in good ways it's like you said, it's uplifting, like bad, and it's showing that having confidence in yourself is okay now. It doesn't make you cocky or this or that. Loving yourself is good. That's what we want. I guess a bad way is when it's turned around and used against you or other people or groups of women. That's, like when you're, I don't know, when you turn around and use it for negative, like we do anything, that's when it's bad. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. I think when you hit that error is whatever is unique to you, like whether you got your badass career in your bad bitch now, or if it's, whatever you're successful or whatever you think is success is really to you. So that could be the good part of it. If
Yeah,
that
I agree. Nope, it does completely. I agree with you. Tatted Barbie. And it's funny. I was right before we got on. I was looking at your picture that you have on Slack, and I was like, "Ooh, she's a baddie."
Thank you.
Lord, don't get her started. Please don't get her started. You done told her the wrong thing. God, you know how I'm trying to breathe it out of her, and you put it
Well, you
right
know
back
what?
there.
No, because yes, we are here to uplift each other, and I'm sure she doesn't need a lot of uplifting, but I'ma still compliment where it's due. Okay?
you should.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh,
What you
The title of this episode is
Um,
sponsored by Tatted Barbie.
think?
This is a good one.
Period.
I don't have the pictures. What pictures? I have Slack with you
Slack.
guys.
Yeah, it's like her profile picture on there.
Oh, I have to go look.
Yeah, it's
God,
cute.
Sydney is so old.
No, I'm not. I just Slack is annoying. Like, and plus for a million other things, I have to use a million other apps for my other jobs. So like,
Where's your picture? How do I get on the internet? Ooh.
Don't do her, okay? Don't do her.
I'm not a social media slash person. I mean, I can work the freaking internet, dude. I also am more like I do the gaming side, so I can work on that side too. But I just don't. I don't really mess with social media much. So yeah, I might be a little.
I struggle with Slack too, so it's okay. Slack is a struggle.
WhatsApp, I get
Okay.
that one.
But anywho, Tatty Barbie, what's your definition of a bad bee? And what do you think a couple of pros and cons would be of it?
um, well, in my opinion, the definition of being a bad bitch is just knowing who you are as a woman. Um, like own your shit, you pop your shit, you live day to day. Just know who you are and not let nobody bring you down no matter their insecurities or what they got going on. To me, I honestly don't have like no cons of a bad bitch. You know, like you got some men out there that be trying to humble you like, you know, like shorty, calm down, you're not Beyonce, but I am Beyonce and that's why you mad.
Period.
So, you know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
ain't
saying?
gonna
Like,
rejection. Yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, like I really don't see no cons of being a bad, you know, bitch is all about how you think of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should be put on this earth to humble nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you gonna own the world tomorrow, that's what you feel. And should nobody be trying to belittle you just because their life is in shambles. Okay.
Exactly. I honestly wish, and I mean, this is a job, I'm sorry, but I wish that men had as much confidence as we do as women. Because if they did, they wouldn't down us as much as they do. Like, it would, yeah. I mean, they would, honestly, I feel like relationships
Yeah.
would go so much better. You know,
Mhm.
we wouldn't have to worry about all the cheating and all of that. I feel like that comes from insecurities. And so, because we're so confident in ourselves, it's like we have confidence in everybody else as well. So, we don't have to down anybody, you know?
Yeah.
So I always look at it like that. If
But you
you,
know, they're always so caught up with trying to get you to dress like, you know, like a nun. They want you to cover up, wipe
that's
your
their
eyes,
insecurities,
bullshit.
honestly.
You know what
They
I'm
don't want
saying? And
nobody
it's
else
like
looking.
me being 29 years old, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit up there and especially when you know you already have like a bunch of kids running around. It's like who in the hell do you think? What to wear? Like, no, I'm gonna live my life, and if you don't like it, then
I completely agree with that. I do. Um, I feel like the whole nun thing, and men finding ways to control women is their insecurities. They're pouring out their insecurities on us. They don't want nobody looking at us. And to me, it's like if it was the other way around, I would never down a man or try to control a man because a woman's looking at him. Like I want a woman to look at my man and be like, damn, he's fine. But it's up to him and his
yeah.
response onto how I would react to it. So it's like as long as you're claiming me and letting people know and you're respecting me behind my back, I have no problem with it. And I wish a lot of men were like that. But we gotta find a word for men that
No, I think the question is when is it too much? First of all, you ain't gonna see my booty cheeks. But for instance, I was doing a photo shoot a couple weeks ago, and the girl walks in, and this is not. It's like that episode we did of the
Thanks.
difference between body shaming and body confidence. She walked in. She's like 5'4". She's about 220, so she weighs more than me. Nothing wrong with that, but you almost couldn't see her shorts. They were so small, and I'm like, "Where are you taking a picture?" And she's like, "But I'm confident in my body." I said, "Yeah, I get that, and I love that for you, but my job is also to make sure you don't look a hot mess in front of this camera." And it would not snap to her until I said that. She goes, "I look a hot mess." I said, "Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You want to change." 'Cause you look and then when she got her picture, she's like, "Thank you for making me change." I think it's sometimes the hard thing is trying to um, border on how do you said, I think you know what I'm saying, to tell somebody something about where they're dressed, but to say it appropriately, but sometimes to say it tough enough and not in a controlling way. Like, I'm just talking about when somebody's just like way out of line, men and women.
hmm
Well, it's also where you are too.
exactly. It's the
If you're in a
setting.
There we go.
setting, then you need to, you're going to dress a certain way to that professional setting. There's standards there. It is what it is, whether you like it or not. And then if she wanted to dress that way outside of her own free time at a club or wherever she's going out to dinner, that's her own choice. But especially what you're talking about, you're in a place,
Agreed.
this is not the outfit standard, and especially in our industry, it is very important you wear things to fit your body in a good way
hmm
that make
Compliment
you
the body for
not
sure.
kind of negative way.
Right. I agree. Um, To add on to like the setting, yes, it's all about the setting. It's not just like, the professional world. We do still have to, be a little bit conservative as far as like covering ourselves up because, a lot of the stuff that we show is not necessary for everybody else to see.
Well, and bad bitch doesn't mean naked. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
we're
mean
not talking about naked bitches. We talking about bad bitches. You
you can
can
be a
be fully clothed and still be a bad bitch. So yeah.
yeah. So it's different.
Yeah, I totally agree with so I feel like the word bad bitch is not necessarily the word that's like the derogatory way. I feel like we added the bad to it. It was more so the bitch that it was like, okay, as a woman, you're a bitch. And so in a negative way, like, would you guys use that like to talk to somebody like you're in a negative way, like you're a bitch?
I mean, has anybody called somebody a bitch? Because I know I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've called people bitches before. So yeah. I
So
mean,
how do you decipher when it's like okay, I'm using it as a
it's
negative, as a jab, or I'm using it to compliment you? Is it about how you say it or
I
how do
mean,
you
yeah, and it's
How
who.
you say it
Like
and who you're saying it to.
if I say to my friend like bitch, that's a different way. If you were like, hey bitch, like, there's so many different ways to say it when you're greeting or when you're like about to spill tea, or if you're like you're trying to point something out and you're like, bitch. Like so there's so many ways to do it. Me and my friend call each other that all the time, like in different ways, but she would understand. So I guess I probably couldn't go up to a stranger and be like, bitch. Maybe,
right?
no, it just depends on like how who it is, how you're saying it.
I have a question for Tatted Barbie. Well, for all of you. Do you think sometimes when there's a movement like you use the example of the N word and then you use example of people of using bad bitch, do you think sometimes it's certain messengers who ruin it?
Yeah.
Like somebody having like for instance, you know who loves to use the term, well, I'm a bad bitch now? OnlyFans girls. And bad bitches are like, Can y'all stop saying that, please?" Because then they
Like the
get
word
you all
model
lumped
too.
together, huh?
It's like the word model. I used to love saying I was a model. Now you will never hear me say I'm a
Yeah,
model because all the strippers are models now. All the it's like
yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Oh yeah, that's
I
like
just
saying
my
content
job
creator.
side where I run model, I'm not a model. Or if
period.
anybody asks if I do, I'm like, only hair now. Only hair model. That's it.
Tatted, do you ever see a girl when she says like, "Well, I'm a bad bleep," and in your head you're like, you don't want to bring her down, but you're like, "No, you're not."
What?
Well,
No.
and my honest answer, yes, I've done that. But that reverts me back to what I said in the beginning, even though I be thinking like, no, girl, you're not like calm it down. As long as she believe it, that's all that matters. Because I've
Yep.
seen a few that it's just like, baby, please, God did not take His time on you, Eh, But that should be my opinion. But as long as you feel the confidence, it don't matter what I think. It matter what you
Yep.
think.
I agree.
Totally agree. Hmm.
Ha!
There is, listen, there's somebody for everybody, and I will stand by this and die.
Yeah,
There's somebody for everybody. Some people find other people very attractive that you don't. Some people like everybody has their flavor and cup of tea. So
yeah. Like I be watching my
No,
600 pound life, and you notice how all the women have a man. I don't have a man, but they have a man. I mean, I'm
no.
speechless.
I want you to understand what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything about body confidence or attractiveness. I'm talking about people doing unsavory and doing things that, and just considering when they're doing something bad, they say, "Well, I'm doing it because I'm a bad bleep." That's why I gave the example of the OnlyFans girl.
OnlyFans.
You know,
oh,
like, and
like
then you get all lumped in together. Like, oh, this is
sexual
what a bad bleep is. It's
exploitation.
like, no, you're not really representing what we're saying the bad bleep is. That's what I'm
So
more getting
you're
at.
like that Bonnie Blue girl who calls herself a bad bitch, like for sleeping with 1,000 guys or something. Like, yeah, in that context, yeah, I guess it can, but I don't know. I think people still kind of have it together on what we mean by.
Exactly. Yeah, I would never like discourage somebody from calling themselves a bad bitch. Just like I used for the model example. Like, okay, if strippers want to consider themselves models, I'm not going to tell them that they're not. Like,
That's
you can
fine.
be a model, but I personally don't even want to use the word model
In your
anymore.
own context, you're a model on a stage every night.
Exactly. Like,
So whatever makes you feel fine. Take the
exactly.
word. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't
But
care.
have y'all noticed that it? Sorry, I have to go back to this, but it seems like it's a lot of more men that are always insulting versus women insulting other women. Like, like what we were saying, like, okay, somebody may be a bad bee that we don't think is a bad bee, but we're not going to discourage them. But then you have the men over here that's like, she know damn well she's not a bad bitch, and it's like, why do you need to say that? Why do you? Because you're not confident enough, like. Do y'all feel like men are like that? Like they throw out the insults more than women do on each other?
I do feel that I've seen a lot
Yeah,
of that.
definitely sassy.
I also do think that like it always is going to come off more wrong for a guy to call a girl a bitch ever than a girl to call another girl a bitch.
What about
Like,
a girl calling a guy a bitch?
I don't know if I. Yeah, that's going to come off negative too. I don't, unless it's like a gay boy and they're like, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see like it's going to come off negative. I think with vice versa.
Well, I
Like,
mean, like, do you think it's worse for like a woman calling
yeah,
another man, or like a man calling a woman a bitch, or like a woman calling a man a bitch? What do
I
you
think
think would be worse?
well, because we were talking about men
Yeah.
specifically using it in negative. So at the time, I was talking about men saying, even if they were to come home and be like, "Bitch, let me tell you something," like it's never gonna come out good, no
Yeah,
matter how they say
right.
it. They can't use that same context, just like white people can't use the N word in that same context. It'll
Exactly.
never come out right, so don't say it. Like, so it's kind of like for men, it's kind of like when they're using that word with their girl, they can't use it in the same way we can.
But what if I come home to Taisha and I'm like, bitch, let me tell you something.
I'm
You're
sorry,
doing
if my man did that, I would be like, yeah, no,
I
no,
would
because I wouldn't.
think
I wouldn't
so.
do that to my
Yeah.
man. I would
Yeah.
never. I feel like there's certain words that I like, even in an argument, I would never use to my man. I would never call him weak. I would never call him a B
Okay.
Who
A
is Keone in
N.
Well,
this situation, though? Is he your
well,
gay best friend or is he your boy?
no, 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 no. I'm Taisha's boyfriend. I'll make it better.
Oh, then no, you don't get
I come home and I say it, but you hear this at the same time. Bitch.
No, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. TMI. There was this one time I was, adulting, and the guy was like, smacking, and he said something, bitch, and I like was like, hell no, like it turned the whole mood off because it's just like
the
I
minute
don't
the word came out
like
of his
when a
mouth.
woman calls me a bitch versus when a man calls me a bitch.
Do you
Very
remember the Monique one when she talked about that, Taisha, when she said she was adulting with her man and he was like, take that bitch. And he just kept saying bitch. And she was like, and he said, you fat bitch. She said, wait a minute now. She was okay with the bitch, but when he added the fat part, she was like, wait a minute now.
right, because now you insulted me. What?
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't know. Saying certain things when adulting is hard because if the right person's doing the right thing when they say it, they can kind of get away with anything.
I don't know. I mean, he did get away with it that night because it was good, but
But never
yeah,
again.
yeah, I was like, don't ever do that. I don't like that. It's different. It's different. Like, yeah, me and my friends can call each other bitches. And I mean, honestly, and it took me a while to even get to that point because when I was younger, like, don't ever call me a bitch. I don't care if you're complimenting me. I don't want to be called a bitch. But now it's kind of like, okay, like, it's kind of the norm for everybody. So it's like, I'm not going to get offended. I'll still be offended at being called the N word by, really anybody. I don't like being called the N word either. So yeah, but yeah, with the bitch, like, I like to say baddie. Okay, I keep it, I guess conservative or whatever you want to call
One
it.
person that I do that to, and that's my bestie. Like
Yeah,
that's it. Everybody else, I don't. You know what I mean? I get that. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't just call anybody a bitch or a bad bitch.
mm, yeah,
But
people
yeah,
do. And so
definitely.
if they do, I mean, everybody's fine with it. Then there's different contexts to the way you say it, and that's very important.
What are places or I guess yeah, it's places where you feel like it's okay to, use that or be called that.
I would say the best place to use it is in church when you're talking to your pastor.
That's so funny.
I'm joking.
I am a bad bitch over here, okay? Yikes. So I do feel like, yes, with that point there, yes, there's definitely a time and place for that. Church definitely wouldn't be the place.
Wedding?
Depends. Depends. Like I wouldn't. I mean,
Mhm.
because you're still kind of in church, right? Well, depending on where the wedding is, it might be a church.
If I say that in my wedding vows that I'm getting married to a bad bitch,
I mean, then you'd be fine there.
No, that's
Or if you're
petty.
at a funeral at a church and you're talking to your best friend, you're like, bitch, why'd you die? Yeah.
No.
That's funny. That's interesting, though. It's like it's funny, but it's like I don't know.
The Lord would understand.
What?
I'm not gonna risk that.
Tadit, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm just.
She's like,
Oh
calm
yeah,
my kid over
I
here.
also forget Taishay. This is Tadit's first show, so
Oh,
she's
she has
trying
no
to try.
idea. It's crazy.
Yeah,
She
Oh,
didn't even warn me.
girl.
Especially if
I'm censored
Yeah,
over
I'm just
here
over
right
here
now.
listening.
Usually I'll get all up into your business. I'm a
Mhm.
TMI person. I'll be sharing everything.
She's
So
TMI and she loves
Oh,
sex talk, so it's fun. And then me
absolutely
over here, I'm just a
oh my.
I don't even know what to call me. Just warned. Warned. You've been warned.
right.
Okay.
But
She's
yeah.
off limits. How about that?
As long as you know you're not too like I don't want to say the word Christian, but like as long as you're not too what's the word, Sid? I don't want to offend anybody.
Religious?
Yeah,
Uptight.
like too religious or too sensitive to
That's
things.
it. That's it.
You'll be
Uptight.
It
Yeah.
might be hard
Uh-uh.
if you are, because we make jokes.
her name is Tadit Barbie, and she's from Akron. So
Oh
I'm
no,
just kidding.
I'm
She
I'm
ain't from
far from
Akron.
uptight.
I don't even know where Akron is.
I don't even know. Yeah, what do you
No,
you're
where are you from in Ohio? Are you from Cincinnati?
Hold on. It's hard for me to hear now.
All right, we'll keep going. Let's try. I'll try to fix that on my end. Go ahead, Taishay and Sydney.
So yeah, you made me lose my train of thought.
she said
But so what baddies. Um, what
she
category of baddies would you consider yourself? Like because I like to use the word baddie, but then when I said it, it made me think about that show, and so I'm like thinking in my mind, like, do we have categories for like where it's like, okay, these baddies over here are these kind of baddies, and these baddies over here, or the Christian baddies? Like, is there like a category of it, or everyone is just all baddies? Just
I mean, I think it depends what area you are. I'm pretty sure like
Mm.
a Georgia baddie is different from a Florida baddie, which is different from a Michigan baddie, from a Seattle baddie to a oh, I learned yesterday what a Canada 10 is.
what
It's
is
not
that?
it's not the same as America, I don't think.
What's a Canada 10?
I'll pull up the picture because some of my friends are from Canada and they were talking about Canada 10s, but um, yeah, I gotta find. Oh, here it is.
It's funny you bring this up though, like.
Uh,
So I wouldn't be a Canada
Hmm.
10. I don't fit that. I don't fit that. I don't
I
know.
feel like in America, she would need about 10 rounds of lip filler. Considered. Um, but like, I don't know. It was conversations we were having yesterday on the game. And then some of them are from Canada, and that's what they said
That's a
is
Canada 10. I
that's
feel
just,
like that looks like a normal American girl. Like
that's
they're
like,
they're they're everyday American girl.
yeah.
You know?
I don't know anymore in America if that's what we can, like, the whole would consider that to be what we represent because people really like BBLs and lip fillers and different, more exotic looks.
And that reminds me, you were just talking about how like baddies are kind of categorized by where they live, and I
Mhm.
kind of believe that, but I'm also like wondering like how is that even possible? Is
Like
it because of what they're used to? Because
that girl ain't a baddie in Atlanta. Let's not gonna get her. You know what I mean? But she's could be a baddie somewhere else,
right.
Ohio. I don't
And that
know.
brings me to a point. There was a post that I had seen that was like, like females in Aurora. I live in Aurora, but it was like females in Aurora think they're tens just all the way around, but they go to Atlanta and they become a five quickly. You know, stuff like that. So it's like, what is the difference between an Aurora baddie and a Atlanta
Oh,
baddie?
there is a big difference.
Oh,
I
there,
grew up in
yeah.
Miami, and
It's
when I
way
moved to
different.
Texas, they'd
Mhm.
be like, "Oh, that girl's a 9," and I'm like, "She's a 6 where I'm from." It just depends where you live.
That's what it does. I'm telling you because especially
Is it like the
as
physical
somebody
appearance? Like, what is it exactly about the
like
appearance that
think
turns you
about
from a 10
LA.
one place to a 6 in another?
Think about LA to New York. I'm thinking about all the acting plays because this is what we do. And then I think about like when I was out there and how in like Georgia, you could be a 10, and then you go to New York and you're like a solid 7. And then you go to LA and they're like, you're a 3. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, what? So it's like, it's one of those things where I just, I don't know. I don't know what determines it. Like, I think it's the, like
How
Utah.
you
I feel like
dress?
they're the
Like,
highest in plastic surgery. So I think, when I go to Utah, my friend lives there, so I see it's very much that basic Canada, like, but you have the lip fillers and the tan skin that use tanning beds. It's like, well, Utah's very white, but so I'm going with that. Like over there,
mhm.
a 10 would be the beach blonde, long extensions with the lip filler and the freaking. But then you go somewhere else and they're like, you look fake. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so then there's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't know how it creates itself, but it's whatever people in
That's
that area.
interesting.
You go to Jersey, like think about like Jersey Shore people.
Ooh, Tad, it looks clear now. Where are you from?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
From
Okay.
where?
Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Okay, okay. And what is
What's a
considered
10
a
in
10 out there? Is it like more of the natural or more of the plastics?
Um, it's a lot of natural, but we have some who have brought the Miami down here. We have a lot of girls who, I see them in public now. They don't even look like themselves, because
Hmm.
they don't went and got stuff done. And so it's kind of like it's Ohio natural, but the way these girls around here just like getting all this plastic surgery, it's definitely gonna turn to Miami in a minute.
Yeah.
Right. And so, with that, do y'all believe that a person who is fully natural is considered a baddie? And will they always be considered a baddie, or will that eventually go away because everyone's going for the plastic look?
Well, I
Um,
think people get plastic surgery to look like
I
what
feel
some
like
people have naturally.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I feel like that was kind of like a, I
also
don't want to
whatever's
bring race into it, but we were always the ones that were made fun of for the big lips and the big butts and boobs or whatever, and then
yeah,
everyone started doing it.
and your
But
skin.
the crazy thing about it is a lot of black girls are doing it, and it irritates my soul because it's like your lips is already big. Like, why do you need to get them even bigger?
That part. I
It's
don't
crazy.
yeah. I don't know. I think it changes. It's like it's a trend. Remember when we were younger, at least I was, and skinny, skinny, tall, blonde, blue-eyed was the way. And then like you couldn't like if you were a 5'4" and 115 pounds, you were considered fat. Like literally, they wanted you the size of my arm to be your leg. And that was like what was the sexiest thing. Now people are like, that looks like a child. Like, I do not want that. I want curves. I want
Right.
thickness. Like butts are in and hips are in and curves are in. And it's not, I feel like the blonde, blue eyed shifted and it's more exotic looks, which is why people are getting surgery to blow up their lips and have features that have been around naturally for a long time.
It's crazy how it was like something that was definitely made fun of to where something that everyone wants to do now.
Mhm. But they refuse to acknowledge why.
Yeah, agreed. There was something in here. I need to go back to my Slack because I had a question on it. And I'm like, I want to make sure that I ask y'all.
I actually, this has nothing to do with baddies, but I want you guys know about the. You guys remember Shiloh Hendricks?
No, who's that?
no.
I always, I told somebody this the other day. I said I'm in the wrong business, so I'm gonna put it on the screen for you. Shiloh Hendricks, a white woman from Minnesota who went viral after she was caught on
Oh,
camera
yep,
using a
I
racial
remember.
slur against a 5-year-old child at a park. Um,
The
In the
hell?
Gives and Go, she's raised 791,000. She's raised almost $1 million. Well,
That's
I think since then she's gotten up to $1 million that she's raised because she called a black 5-year-old the N word. I'm like, how 30,000 people, over 30,000 people gave her money
But why are they giving her money?
because
they knew she was going to
freedom of
lose her job, and
well,
they
look
wanted
at the
to.
look at the bottom part. The money came through Gives and Go, a platform known for hosting fundraisers linked to far right causes. Her campaign drew over 30,000 supporters, many of whom left donation messages containing racial slurs and Nazi symbols.
Because we will prove over and over again we really, really fucking hate black people in this damn country.
But I'm not racist.
A,
I just hate black people.
a
We just hate them.
million
Like,
dollars.
you know what? And
So,
everything that's been happening these days, people just show me that more and more.
so you know what I'm gonna do?
Hate.
I'm gonna find me 20 white women. I'm gonna have them call, do a racial slur, and then I'm gonna share the money. I'm making my own Ponzi. I'm making my own scheme. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm not
that is
surprised. Though.
pathetic.
I'm not surprised. You can't surprise me with anything. I don't think anymore.
But I found it. Okay, so the back
What
on
was her
subject. We got us
occupation?
totally off subject.
I
You
know.
said what was her occupation?
Yeah,
Right.
I forgot. I
Remember, but I
forgot
think
what
didn't she get fired? And I
being
guess that's
a
why they were all up in an uproar because she shouldn't be fired for her freedom of speech.
You want to know what? You know how we just talked about using bitch in a bad context? Yeah, that's one time.
Bitch.
That bitch. Yeah. Hope you choke on some money, bitch.
I want to choke on some money. Actually, let's not say that. I hope you get robbed. Okay.
She's gonna get all that, but she already got all that money. So chill,
yeah,
bro.
he and topping on that, the kid had a disability.
Oh,
Hmm.
I hope an N word robbed her.
Ugh, wow.
Sorry, not sorry.
Takes every last bit and doesn't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
I hope when she's running after him, she stubs her toe in the worst kind of way.
You
And
know
then
what?
there's a
See,
black
here's
woman standing
well,
above her, and she's
well,
like, "Help me!"
here's the worst part. She may not be able to celebrate it too long. She better spend it because that child, of course, is going to have a civil lawsuit because that child has a disability and black. So she might not
You
even
just
get
send
keep
that
that
money
money.
right back over.
Yeah, that would be a great. I guess that would be the more positive thing to say. Like, hopefully, he sues her and gets all that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she doesn't spend it on meth. But continue.
We're
That part.
terrible over here. We're sounding like them. But what I was gonna say, so modern femininity, like how do you
You,
guys you can oh, I cannot talk tonight. Can you compare it? Like, do you think a bad bitch can be considered a feminine woman,
Mhm.
and
yeah.
how? How so?
Go ahead, Tata Barbie, because you got good movement.
Yeah, go ahead, talk before I get back.
Um, I mean, like that's like me, like I always say, like, oh, I'm a bad bitch, but I'm very, very feminine. I like to get my hair done, my nails done, my feet done. I keep my house clean. I'm a little ratchet, but I'm not really like into that. I don't know. There's just nothing manly about me. I guess you could say that. Like, I'm not tomboyish. I'm very much girly. Just very much. Hey, y'all, let's go out for tea and stuff. Let's do, it's very much cutesy. Um, I'm all the way 100% feminine and a bad bitch at the same time. I'm both.
Okay, that's a great explanation. Good. What about you, Sid?
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. I think you can be a bad bitch and feminine all the way if you want. Like, I think where people get that mixed up is women can't really be just feminine out in the streets. We kind of have to come off as independent. And I think that's where they're getting like masculine mixed up with independent. We don't
Mm-hmm.
need, me, I'm lesbian. I'm gonna speak from straight girls' point of view. You don't need men. You should want them. Like you shouldn't need them.
Yeah.
And we're at a point where we don't need men. So it's like you don't need to be soft and feminine unless you have a man that allows you to be that. It's on.
Right.
that role for you. And if he's not doing that, then you're going to have to be independent and take care of yourself and come off a certain type. You don't look like a feminine vulnerable because now that's vulnerable to be that way for women. So what is that crickly clackety
I'm
lackety?
like, what's going on? What's
There
going
we go.
on?
Disappeared. But but yeah, I think that's what it is. Is like independent is getting mixed up with that. You know, it's not masculine. It's we got to take care of ourselves and not come off too weak, I guess you can say, in a scary predator type of world. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you have that man and he allows you to be your feminine self, you can just be that. But until then, people are getting that mixed up with being independent. You have to come off independent, be that bad bitch. Maybe that's the independent side is the bad bitch side. And then the feminine side is still in there, you know? You just can't
Right.
you let it out when you're doing your nails and your hair instead of letting it out all the time comfortably because that's just kind of unsafe now.
I feel like that's like the biggest debate between men and women too, is because they take our independence as masculinity. They feel like you should need them. And I do have my moments where I feel like, okay, I want my man to feel like I do need him. Because it's motivating to them. It's
He has
motivating.
to
But
create
when you
space.
become controlling, that's when it becomes an issue. Because yes, I need you, until you become that controlling person that I can just do by myself without, you know? And
Yep.
so I feel like the biggest debate with that is like, men look at the bad bitches as like oh, we can't do nothing with them. We can't control them, even though that's not the word they use, but we take it as control. We can't control them. We can't do anything with them. They're going to do whatever they want when they want. And so that's not a problem with us as women. We should be able to do what we want. We should be able to express ourselves, live freely without our man feeling insecure or, feeling like he has to take control over everything.
Yeah.
And so I just honestly I feel like that's kind of where my mind had went when it's like when it comes to bad bitches. Like I do consider myself a baddie, but I also consider myself feminine as well. But I do see why the word bad bitch kind of comes off as like a not a woman that's feminine or gonna let a man come in and take care of them. You know what I mean? We
Mhm.
want to do it all on our own. We got it, you know? And there's a reason why we're like that. There's a reason why we like that. We don't want to be controlled. We don't want to be hurt physically or, verbally abused.
But their partnership shouldn't come with control. We
Exactly.
all get that.
Exactly. They don't use the word control because they want to find another way to manipulate you. So, no offense.
Well, it's about finding that guy who's not, who's just coming in to create that space for you, you
I
know, to
finally found
find
that
and
guy,
give yourself, but
actually.
also be your support. Good for you.
It's been a long time coming.
And
But
so
yes,
it's
I finally
also
found that, and I feel like I'm finally in that feminine era that I wanted to be in. That I felt like was a long. It really was a long time coming because I felt like I didn't. There was no man that I would ever want to depend on. There was no man that I ever wanted to feel like I was comfortable with or trusted. But now I found that, and now I feel like okay, I can be soft. I don't have to be the tough girl anymore. I'm a very soft person now, and I'm okay with it because he lets me do that. So, and then the other point you brought up, Sid, too, about, they bring out our femininity. It's true. And men hate when we say that. Like, they're like, you should be feminine on your own. There's no man that should ever bring that out. But yes, they do. It's like,
it's a divine thing. And if you want to see it, you got to create some safeness.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Shay, no. Did we lose her?
back and, with that.
Okay, you're back. I missed a chunk of what you said. You froze.
Did I freeze?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it me? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Unless it was me and I'm living in I don't know. See, now I don't know anymore. I don't
I
know.
don't know either. I was really talking too. I feel like I hope nobody, I hope I didn't like freeze or
Well,
like on
what
purpose.
was like the last point you
Oh, just go watch it back. The way you froze was perfect.
Was it? You think so?
Yes. Mouth just all open. It was
it was like a happy modeling shoot.
That sounds terrible, but whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Hmm. It's great.
I don't know, but yeah, I feel like guys can definitely put women in their femininity or their feminine era.
Bring it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
What's
that.
y'all's dating range when it
as
comes
far
to
as
that,
like as far as
age wise?
age. Honestly, I prefer a guy older than me always. I hate even looking at a guy that's younger than me. So my right now my dating range would be like 35 to 40. However, because I try not to be picky and I let my guard down a little bit, the guy that I'm dating now is the same age as me.
Nice.
He's actually a couple months younger than me, which I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to entertain, but I'm glad that he
Barely made it.
barely.
Barely.
Yeah.
Uh,
What about you?
Um, my age range, believe it or not, um, I'm 29. I love men that are 35 and it stops at 50.
Woo! Okay, girl. Okay.
So
I
you're
love
saying
much,
there's a
much older
chance.
oh,
men.
no.
So you're saying there's a chance. 47. I
I
got three
love I
years.
love older men. I don't know why. I just love older men. I do not
Yeah.
like young people like me. I no.
I
I
get
just
you.
cannot get with it. No. Because I like to keep him on his toes, and I love his. I like to keep the older men on their toes, with excitement in their life. But I also love them to teach me guidance because they've been here before.
Mhm.
They've lived this life before. So I need someone to be able to teach me. Like, if girl, I've been 29, 27 years ago. We been did that. It's time. You know how they talk. I love older
Yeah.
men.
She like I'm seasoned. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I love older men.
Mhm. I'm not gonna lie. I had like when I was 21, I dated a guy that was like 37. It's like a 7 to
Hmm.
difference, and it was actually cool. I liked him. Like he was wise beyond his. Well, not necessarily wise beyond his years because he was much older, but I felt like he acted much older versus when they're our
You
age,
were
they act
young.
like they're 30 or something.
I bet now you beat him in maturity now.
No, for real. So yeah, I agree with the older man and why, you would go for an older man. I know it's different for you, Sid, but what's the age
I'm
range for
older by
you?
7 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that. That's good to know. Okay.
I'm not into younger. You got to be mature. Just I can't. I can't do the immaturity. I don't play games. I can't. Couldn't play games. But I've been married for 7 years, so I'm good. I haven't had to play games in a long time.
Do you
So
think the game is different from a guy versus a woman?
yeah, I mean, you can get both. You can get the same games dating women. Same games.
Okay, that's
Some of
interesting.
them are bred from the same cloth as men. It's crazy. Yeah.
And Sadie, have you ever been with a woman before, or are you just with straight
Oh
men?
my God, y'all! It was the stuff that I tried to get. Never again. No, never. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Oh my God! Like, we would have debates about taking the trash out. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're a woman too. Like, I'm the more feminine one. Like, how are you trying to be? Oh, I just need to go back to men. No, no,
We don't have
no.
debates about that. We just have
I'm
our
like, what is going on? Like, what do you mean you don't want to take the trash out? Or when it was cold, freezing cold outside, she wanted me to get out the car to start the pump while she paid for it. No, if I was with a man, I wouldn't have to get out the car at all to do anything. No, no, no. Just bring back the men. Bring back the men.
Equality.
But do you feel like men are kind of like that now too? Because I feel like men have that issue too, where they feel like they are the princesses. They want to be treated
They,
as.
you know what they do, and it's kind of like,
Y'all
what am
like
I
some
gonna
weird men.
do?
I mean, that's
I,
not the men we like. That's the men that's in our face. Like
oh
they are
yeah.
the.
Y'all might need to
it's
move to another
like,
city.
Well, no, I found my perfect guy, so
We'll
I'm
check
not.
out
So
and see what a
before
kid
then,
tennis.
Leave me out of this, Taishay. Darvinique, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you better say that, or I'm
I was
telling
gonna say, I already said I'm gonna tell Darby, so
you.
I don't.
Right.
They're already busted. It's
Damn you,
fine.
Sydney. What a great show we had tonight, ladies.
Yeah, this was good talks. Definitely good talks. I like when we have shows like this. Um, Even when they're not about sex all the time, sometimes they're, still good conversation.
Taishay,
I'll take the hint, Taisha. I'll get more sex topics,
how
okay?
dare you not bring sex into tonight,
I
Keone?
feel like it's
We
like,
filmed this.
I mean, we got a little bit of time on our hands. So to
No,
still
we
stay on
don't.
subject with
You
bad
know what? You
bitches.
know what?
Are bad bitches considered bitches that can, that are good in bed, or does that matter?
Wait,
I
what
don't
was the question?
know.
For bad bitches, are they considered females that are good in bed, or does it matter? Like you could be a terrible sex person, don't want to do
She just
anything in the
wanted to get
bed,
that in there. She
you
just had
know,
to get that in there.
you know,
I
to
don't
be
know if
considered a
that
bad bitch.
correlates.
You don't think so? Do you think somebody that's like completely boring in the bed, like a virgin, can be considered a bad bitch?
Yeah.
And
What?
the hell no, no,
They can be
no.
bad bitches in other categories. What if they're really hot? They're virgins. They need to learn. You had to learn. Somebody had to learn.
Yeah, but think about a man
Well,
that's
then you're
like
not a
thinking
bad
of a
bitch
woman
then.
that's a
Yeah.
bad bitch, and they're like, "Oh, like she's a bad bitch.
You
Let
can
me see
be
how she's working with." And then she's like, she don't want to go down. She just lays there. She's not doing anything. He would probably be like, "This is not
That's
no
not
bad
a
bitch."
bad bitch. That's a lazy bitch. Oh no, get
ah,
her out of here. No.
talking about
You know what?
virgins.
That's
Like
so
they
the
don't know
so
what they're
tatted
doing. We just were blessed to do that when we were teenagers or whatever. Like,
tatted Barbie's internet just cleared up enough for me to hear her say, "That's not a bad bitch. That's a lazy bitch."
Perfect timing, right? Perfect
Like
timing.
no.
yeah, I mean that's as
Like what are we doing? Like you're not
you
doing
guys
any of the work. Like
conversate.
what's
Maybe
going
like
on?
I think people should normalize conversating when they're having sex. The only way to get better is to conversate about it. Hey, I like this. I didn't like this. This was a little weird. Let's do this. I like this. Have those conversations with each other.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if
You
I
know,
would
like,
want to have a conversation. I just want to learn you. Like, let me figure it out. Let me
well,
see
of
what's gonna make
course.
you moan. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, but in 7 years later, you got to ask each other questions and get stuff new and do new things.
Well, I
Like,
mean, yeah, eventually. But when you first start off, it's like I don't
of
want to
course, when
ask
you're
you.
starting off. But also, I'm also not going to give the virgin a hard time about laying there.
Oh
They
my
don't
God, what
know.
is
Like, that's
happening?
what I'm saying. I think you can be a bad bitch in many different ways. Maybe your sex is not a bad bitch yet and you got some work to do.
Well, sometimes
Bad
people lay
bitch.
there because if they throw it back 2 times, the person goes, "Wait, stop!" Oh,
Hmm,
so,
I feel like with that though,
Maybe this is
it's
a
kind
funky
of like
thing
I
for
don't
her
I
when
don't get
guys are.
insulted with that kind of stuff. I
I
kind
just don't
of
think sex
I
determines whether someone's a bad bitch. That's all I was saying.
oh my God. Well, this
So
was a
what's
good
somebody's
talk.
not limit? What is something that you guys won't do?
On what?
like
Like in the
sex.
bedroom. Like me, a lot of people don't like the spit in the mouth. I
Oh
love
my
spit in
God,
the
what
mouth.
the?
I don't see the
What is
problem with
happening?
that.
Hey,
I
we
thought
shifted
we
a
were
little bit, and that's fine. Come on, Tatted Barbie. Come on, come
I
through.
thought we
You fine, girl. You fine. I
I'm
okay.
yelling
personally,
at Keone in the background. What the
oh my god,
Well, I'm just saying. I no, I'm mad at Taisha because I've been writing her for 15 minutes
oh, I'm
for a
sorry.
reason that I'm not going to say on live on the Eve Mux and on her phone.
I'm
I've been
sorry.
texting wrap up for a specific reason, and she's ignored
Oh,
all
my
of them.
bad. Damn, and it was just
Yo,
getting good. Tatted Barbie, we gonna have to run this back because we
oh
definitely
no,
gonna
we'll
talk
do a
about.
whole episode. We'll have an open episode. We'll do a whole episode. But just to let you know, if Sydney had braces, she'd be a box cutter.
I don't.